So that those, people got on ladders and painted those things over the white way back then with this paint. This is black paint. This is black paint. It is black with the slightest undertone of green in it. Imagine that. Black with a little bit of green in it. Okay, and if you go around the house, you'll see that a little bit. Okay, so it's black with the green. Black with the green. Yeah. I really can't think of where this is used. I can't think of where these paint, but if you go around the house, then you'll find this type of paint. So in Jokin, in the part of Jokin that does not speak backwards, this would be known. This paint, I believe that this is the brown one. This would be Lovente. This is Lovente El Tunte. Lovente El Tunte. Lovente El Tunte. Lovente, spelled Loventa, and then El Tunte. Eltunte. Lovente El Tunte. Lovente El Tunte. And this is Umate. Lovente El Tunte Lomate. Lovente El Tunte I already forgot. But the Lomate, that's what I was talking about, the Lomate. Which is, because all the parts of Joka have their own language. And in the southwest part of Joka, Kue would be known as Lomate, okay? And then, I already forgot now. Lovente, dark brown, El Tunte, black, and Zell is with a little green undertone, or El Tunte Zell. El Tunte Zell. Black with green. El Tunte Zell. El Tunte Leet Zell. Black with a little bit of green in it. Okay, Leet is a little bit. Get it? Leet. Leet. If you know what I'm talking about. And then, Lumate, I believe it's called. I'm already forgetting the names. Okay, I'm probably mixing up. Okay. Yeah, am I even doing this right? So this is the brown. Okay, I'm getting these all mixed up. Okay, I need to look at this. So this is the black with the green. This is the gray. So this would be the El Tunte Leetzel. Okay, bear with me here. This would be the Lumate, okay, which would be or the Lomate, I think it's called. Lomate, I don't know if it's Lomate or Lumate. I just pronounce it Lomate. That's so funny. I'm terrible at joking. I really am. And it's the mentioned country. It's so embarrassing. Okay, so this is the. Okay, I'm trying to think. Okay, yeah. So this is the. This is the. Lovente, I think it's called. This is the. This is the. Okay. El Tunte Litzel. Okay. And this is the. Bear with me. What is it? Lomate. This is gray. Very dark shade of gray. Dark gray. So Lumate Mule. Lumate Lo Mate Mule. Lo Mate, Lu Mate, tomato. It doesn't matter how to pronounce it, because I don't really know. Lo Mate Mule. Lo Mate Mule. Dark gray. Okay, remember that the adjective goes after the noun. Okay, when we're talking about Jogan or Spanish or Italian. So, yeah, and a couple other languages. But here in this country, we have the adjective before the noun. And before I get into Jogan lessons, so this is, remember, lo mate mule, doesn't matter. Dark gray, dark gray, dark gray. And if you look at some of the little pipes, you can see the gray, because this gray was used to paint the pipes. Actually, these pipes, back then it was very, popular and for pipes to be painted. So back in the 1890s, back in the, it's like the 1930s, this was used to paint that, and that pipe, and it's also used to paint some of the walls, to paint, I don't know. Oh, and also this was used to paint the roof as well. So you had the lo mate mule, okay, and you also had the el tunte litzel, well, maybe to paint the roof, but maybe on the el tunte litzel, maybe not for the roof. But the lo mate mule was used for the roof, okay, of the house. Okay, so remember. And so you're wondering, because there was, say, on this one, which is the Lovente, okay, Lovente mule, or also known as dark brown, well, I'll just say Lovente. Okay, so mule is dark, lit is little, remember that, okay, or, just a little bit, okay, which is kind of French a little, it sounds French, obviously the brown's on here, okay, but this one here, which is the lo mate mule, you can also see black, but you can also see brown on there. So does everyone see brown on there as well? Because I'm seeing brown. Raise your hand if you see brown. Well, actually, what happened was, they, for some random reason, accidentally put this can of paint in, with the brown paint mix, which was in like a bucket, and it was like liquid paint, and it accidentally dropped in, and it was cleaned up, and it still has the remains of that dark brown, or remember, the Vente Mule paint, okay, on it, as you can see, like little stripes going down, okay, and then this was also dipped into the paint bucket. This was also dipped into the paint bucket, which they used another of this can for. There was, okay, I'm going to talk about it a little bit later, but this was also dipped into the brown paint. So both, so the Lovente Mule and the I'm trying to remember. What is it? The El Tunte Litzel. Both of those were dipped into the bucket of brown paint. However, this one, the no. Okay, I'm getting this all mixed up. Okay, okay. So, okay, let me start again. This is so silly. Okay, so this one, it's really hard to tell. So remember, this one is the Lomate Mule. This one is the Lovente or Lovente Mule. Both of these, the brown, which is the Lovente Mule, then the gray, Lomate Mule, okay, or the dark brown, dark gray, dipped in the bucket of paint. This one, which is the, help me out here, El Tunte Lizo. Thank you very, very much, Pipson, for helping me. New clone from Jolie Eskin Rosamond. This one, oh yeah, wait a second. Yes, this one, no, this one didn't, go in. This one didn't go in. But there's a little brown strip right here. There's a little brown strip, and if you look at the color of this, it kind of has like a saffron-y look to it, and it's it kind of takes on the greenish yellow, like, it's like what, a lot of Indian food looks like. There's a little, so this is obviously the, the black with the green, obviously, looking at it. And then this one is the, the dark gray, almost black in color. Could be mistaken for black, looking at this. As you can see, like the color stripes. And then this one you can definitely see, wait. Okay, I'm getting these all mixed up. I can't believe myself. Okay, so this is the brown. This is the gray. This is the dark gray. Okay? As you can tell by looking at it. Really, really dark in color. Okay? A little brown. Okay. Okay, this is super duper confusing. Okay, and then this one right here. So you see that little brown stripe. I'm trying to figure this out as I'm going along. The brown stripe going down was actually an accident. Somebody somebody accidentally took the brush, not even thinking of it, with the brown paint, and it was a very, very thick coating of the brown, and just accidentally swiped it right across there, and then it just molded over, and it froze, it dried out with, like, cement, kind of thing. It's like kind of like, like gum paste or something, like what kind of like a pasty look. So it was by accident. Okay, it was, the can was probably sitting on like a little table beside, where the person was painting inside or out. So, yeah. So there was, down here in that corner, there was, a really, really big shelf from like 1920 through 1999, okay, so that was 2 years after you were born, because you were born in 97, weren't you? Yeah, I was born, let's see, how old am I? I am about 35, so we would subtract this year from, okay, so 1985, I believe. Okay, so anyway, I don't want to go. So anyway, let's see here. Now, so over in that shelf, the different sections of paint were broken down. These were only 3 of the types of paint, and they were in multiple cans. So obviously the brown paint, was used in a bucket for another project, and there was another bottle, another can just to be used, just for extra, and then accidentally just someone dropped it in there. So it was all organized. On one shelf, it was the brown. On another shelf, it was like going across. On another shelf, it was the black with the green. On another shelf it was the gray. I don't really remember the order of how it went, but I'm just guesstimating. There's also red, there was also a blue and a green, and then also like a yellow paint as well. And I believe that's it. So one type of paint and multiple cans of that paint lining one shelf of like a big shelf. Okay? Now, we talked about that. Okay, if that wasn't confusing enough. It is confusing, I know. So, I want to talk about this little box here. I want to talk about this roller. This is a paint roller. This is a paint roller that used to be used, this is all old stuff, to paint on like either the outside or inside of each of these three types. And the other types of paint, you put the paint on and you roll it and then you paint, obviously. So this is one, and this is very, very handy. As you can tell, it's kind of like a wide length. It was very, very versatile for getting the job done really quickly. This is another type, although this is really, really tough because there used to be something to hook it up with that was really small, but it broke off. So I would not do that because I didn't like getting my hands dirty or to put a type of paint on. Multiple types if you want to mix it around. And then you have to hold it like this probably. And you have to get your fingers dirty with the paint. There would be nothing like, there would be like this type of thing to hold on to. So you'd have to, do the job with rubbing it on the walls and getting the paint to the walls and having it dry. So this is one. This is another type. And then this right here is another paint roller. This is another paint roller right here. Okay? And I wonder if there was like another end. It's like another end on the other side. Probably broke off or it was just designed this way. This was another type of paint roller right here. It could do the same thing. It was a little bit smaller. As you can tell, it's a little bit kind of like it has a yellow color, and the other one had more of a white color, and it's more fluffy and big and fat and bulky looking. This one, kind of cotton looking. It's basically what it's made out of is cotton, or styrofoam cotton. White, light in color. Kind of pressed down thin, not like out and fluffy and big and bulky like that. And this one is like a yellow shade because this one obviously. So actually, I want to explain. So this one, medium. This one, like the really big, fat and bulky kind of one. And then this one right here is the white thin one here. So this is the middle one. And again, if you just look at it, I want your eyes to really see that. So these two were used to paint. You can tell by the little remains because they kind of have like a yellowish, orangish left behind because it had the paint on there. And the paint, when you were painting with the color, it's probably yellow orange paint. And so it tells you that these were the two that were used to paint. And probably the reason why was because you could have these handles. Because who wants to take one paint roller and just hold it, with this paint on it without like a little handle to support? I wouldn't, be up for that and getting my hands dirty. So that was explained by this is perfectly white. It doesn't have any coloration except it was probably white paint or something. And it was like barely even used. And it was, obviously when done you cleaned it off because there's nothing to hold on to. It's pretty simple. So if there's anything else that I want to talk about, these are smaller ones. right here, these are yellow. They kind of look like little, what are they called? I'm trying to think of the term, it's like the thing during Easter, like the little cotton bunnies. It's like a candy that you eat. So it has that yellow color to it. It's really, really pretty yellow color. I am a yellow person, and I'm a much more fan of lemon yellow rather than banana yellow. But as you can see here, banana goes to apple as lemon goes to lime. So looking here, so it's shade to shade to shade to shade. Break it down, 2 and 4 in total. If you look here, these are the smaller ones. Okay, these are like really, really small. They get the job done, but they're just smaller, and they'd be less effective for like really, really big projects. You cover more quickly, without having to dip it in, because there's more room and it's wider and there's more paint, and you could paint a lot more effectively and efficiently, and more on, what is you're painting it. But these are smaller. This one is a little bit shorter in length as this one, as you can tell right here, and they're both yellow. And they both have little things to hold. They both have these behind things to hold. And these are new. These are from 2002 to 2009. Okay. And this one right here is one that is in this little wrapping, as you can see. And it's just been put away and it's not used yet, so it's brand new. As you can see, it's completely white. It's kind of reasonable in length. I'm trying to think if there's anything else, but I really can't think of anything. I don't know what that is. This is like a little... I have no idea what this is. I have no idea what that is. Any ideas? I don't either have any ideas what that is. And trying to think, these are 2 others, and the interesting thing is, there's different shapes, different types of textures and lengths, and also different colors. This one, if you look, is a pink. This one is a pink one. So you can tell that little white pink. Kind of, I have a rock in my house, my little rock collection. That's so beautiful when, pairing it with a plant. And it has this type of color to it. It's like a granite rock that I found that as I was one time back in 2006. I was going to, where did I go? I went to, Maine, actually, Cavell Cove, and I found, that rock that had that really beautiful, salmon, like, pink color to it, and this has kind of the similar shade of like a, cherry or, light strawberry salmon-like pink, color with a little bit of red in it, as you can tell, a little Intune of red. Intune is just a very small undertone of something. And I believe that that's all that I want to talk about. And this one here, I just want to talk about this real quick. This one, I want to talk about this little bottle. This was actually some chicken stock. This bottle right here, and I'm going to actually show you so that you can see what I am talking about. So, this bottle right here is a bottle, and this is actually not chicken stock. This is a bottle of, this is another type of fertilizer, actually. I lied. So this is another type of fertilizer, It is a lemon, it's a lemon lime because if you just smell it, it kind of smells nice like lemon lime. And it was another type of fertilizer, that could be used for, another type of plant. Okay, so that's basically all I really have for you today. We will do more on tours tomorrow. Okay, you had something that today mentioned you wanted to talk about, so I'll let you fire away.